There he is, player one, having lost again. Game over, and good luck reaching back to the gamer's attic.
What have you done to me? I can't see. Where am I? Hold on. Got it back on. What is this place?
Welcome,
Where am I?
player one.
Old school Al?
Good to see you again.
What are you doing
You're
here?
in the warp zone.
The warp zone.
Yep. This is where we keep all the old school goodies.
Amazing. So players, you're in for a treat. We're in the warp zone. Hey guys, Old School Out here. We're gonna be doing a little vintage action figure restoration. We've got an old school white ninja guy here, looking a little yellow and ratty. We're gonna put him through the steps. We've got some chemicals here, and this is not like a 5-minute process. It's actually gonna take maybe even overnight. It's gotta get some sunlight and everything. First thing we're gonna do, we're gonna take Ninja Guy over here to the sink, and we're gonna give him a nice cleaning with warm water. Try to get as much of that off as possible. Nice little cleaning. Sometimes I like to get in there, try to get that gunk out. Got some gunk in the shoes. Got gunk in the shoes.
How bad does he look?
It looks great, other than just played. That's the way we get things nowadays, man. They're played with. So look at that instantly. Look how much better that looks already. This thing had a black line going through it. And just by doing this to it. Okay, so step one is always clean up. See if I can get that scamoch off there. Yep, scamoch came right off. You see that? And the more you do, the nicer you can get it. Okay?
Wow, just with plain water, huh?
Yeah, just hot. Warm water is what
Warm water, okay.
Okay, so warm water. Gonna keep doing that. Let me get my other chemicals. And I'm gonna throw at them. It doesn't really matter. And I'm gonna throw at them. I got this. It's just mold remover since he's white. I really don't do this on too much, but since he's white, just gonna give him a little thing. Let me see if I get in there more with the.
So this cleaning process is more usually for toys that are white in color.
And this, I wouldn't be putting that on anything with color.
Okay.
Okay, and the hydrogen peroxide, of course.
Right.
You gotta catch some of my videos with vintage Stormtroopers that I do this process to, and they come out really, I mean, looking case fresh. Really look good.
So how did you find out about how you did this?
There's a lot of guys that do restoration and stuff, and you know, and I saw the guys that do the Star Wars figures, and I had a lot of these Stormtroopers that were yellowing. Look at that. Look at that. I just took off doo-doo. Doo-doo. Look at that little left. Alright, so I don't really like putting chemicals on them, but this is safe. Okay. And now my hands are real slippery from that. There's gonna be a little water in there. Okay. Wow, my hands are really slippery. Okay. So while that gets a little more of a bath, it's not done. You'll see. This is not by any means definitive yet. So that's looking better already. Now let him keep getting wet while I prep the next thing, which is this. Let's do the next prep stage. Very careful with the hydrogen peroxide. Okay, we're just gonna submerge them in that.
So hydrogen peroxide is the key.
Oh, for white things, yeah, man. You girls like to bleach your hair? You know that stuff works. Let's just do this step.
Poor guy, he doesn't want to be submerged.
Too bad. This alone will probably bleach it pretty good, but this next step that I'm gonna do is gonna ensure whiteness. I'm gonna leave his hands out of the water because they don't need to get bleached, and his head is pretty much out of the water, but not completely. Then you're gonna go look for light source. You have to look for, and luckily it's got a nice backyard here. There still is some sunlight, so if we can manage to get a couple hours of direct sunlight, which is gonna be tough, because the direct sunlight is not up here. This is where there's direct sunlight, bro. All right, old squall here. Left him in a couple hours, got some sunlight. He's looking pretty white, so we're not gonna risk it because, you know, it's looking pretty good. We don't want him to turn yellow or anything like that. So I'm going to first put all this as much as I can back in. Okay, we can reuse this hydrogen peroxide. Looking good, looking good.
So would you say that a risk of doing this may mean that the toy might yellow more, or?
Sometimes the chest is made of one plastic and the legs are made of another type of plastic, and then, you know, the discoloration can be noticed more, is more noticeable, or has the possibility of being more noticed. So this one everything looks okay. So that's what I'm kind of like. I would usually I would leave it a little longer, more than just a few hours, but we're trying to ensure the overall whiteness of it, you know, that it looks all one color uniform, and right now we got a pretty good white uniform going on it. So I'm just trying to take off all this little extra dirt. He said these guys used to play him, whoever owned this, in the sand or something before us.
So you think he's ready to fight Chuck Norris?
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna win, but I think he's ready to fight Chuck Norris.
He's pretty ripped though.
Yeah, but Chuck Norris, man, doesn't do push-ups. He pushes the earth down.
One of many myths about Chuck Norris.
Nothing. So we're gonna have a little chlorinated bath now in my pool, while I put this to be able to reuse it, because we will be able to reuse most of this. Okay, so we'll be able to use that again. This is just my bleaching figure thing. Hey, where you going? Okay.
Ninja vanish.
One last step. Mr. Ninja get all that chlorinated water out of it, but the hydrogen peroxide out of it, but this water's got a little chlorine in it, so
24 hours in the sunlight is pretty good,
yeah.
would you say?
Yeah, I would say so. I'm just gonna clean them a little better. Wow, I just took a bunch of scamoch off his shoes. It's cool. All right, you're looking pretty ripped here. You look almost like Arnold in Last Action Hero, but not quite as big. Yeah. What would you say? It's big or not big? Yes, he can pump you up, Franz. Alright, let's take him in. Because the last step is a little bonus treat from my good friend over here. Jugador número uno. Jugador, please cierra la puerta. Get a little more water. Now I'm going to get myself a paper and get the last step of this
Process.
process. I promise you it'll be the last step.
So max should be 24 hours, you would say? If it's really bad?
Play it by ear.
Uh-huh.
Make sure that the different joints aren't turning different colors. Okay. Dude, I think I could just tell you it's 100% better already. Okay, so the last step, we dry them really good. And we take them over here for a little bath. And this thing that I have found that makes your figures almost as good as new. See, I think we could have left him a little longer because his legs aren't quite as white as his chest. But you see what I'm talking about? How obviously the chest is one plastic and the legs are another plastic.
Correct.
So we don't want to make it like one too white and these two yellow. So then we get this bad boy, Outlast protected. And we're gonna get my little jizz bath. That didn't sound good. Alright. Should do. This stuff is expensive, player one. Alright. I know since you have all those thousands of hits on YouTube, you can afford these high cost chemicals. So I'm gonna give him a nice little rub down on his muscular pectorals and awesome abdominals. So just make sure you spread all that liquid all over the place. Yep. That's looking good. Looking good. Little glue or something down there. Could be the fusion. Yep. I could tell it's looking really good already. Get all those scamote from under his neck. And then just kind of rub it in really good. So dude, Mr. Ninja's ready to go home.
And there you have it.
Another 2 or 3 minutes of a little rub down. Make sure all that is penetrates in there. Looks good. Feels good too. Even the feel change. If look, when you feel this player one, you're gonna feel it. It's gonna feel like a brand new figure. This kind of restores all the nooks and crannies. It's like a wax for plastic that kind of like all the chips and scrapes and stuff. It kind of gets into there, in there. It really makes it look and feel good as new.
So what's this wax called?
It's called Armor All Outlast Protected. It's
And I
like,
can buy this at...
at any place that sells car stuff.
Okay.
You should see what my Star Wars figures look like after I run this today. They look brand new. So I want you to touch it in player one. I really want you to see what you think. Here's your hand.
Wow.
Doesn't it feel like a new figure?
It does.
There you go. Because this is like a little wax. It kind of like all the little cracks and scratches from being thrown on the floor and stuff. It fills in the cracks. It makes him feel brand new. Yep. So there he is. So this is player one behind the camera, and Old School Owl saying, enjoy these tips on how to restore old school action figures.